Hello everybody, I'm Alondra and this is Whimsy Design. So this is part 2 of our painting my largest canvas ever video. So if you haven't seen part 1, stop this, go watch it and then come back. We are picking up where we left off, but also not so much. I'm gonna have a bit of a ramble to explain everything, but basically I did the third woman off camera and I will show you pictures of that in just a second. So I hope that you enjoy. Hello, it is a new day. So we are making some major progress. I have not filmed for a couple of days. It was like really early in the morning or late at night and just the lighting is not the best in this room, but we got good sunlight, so we're gonna use it while we have it. I am on to my last woman now. So woman number 3, the woman with the flower afro. I unfortunately have learned that when you use, I don't know if it's just the time that the paint has had to dry or if it's the quality of the paint, which is cheaper. It's cheap paint. Yep, that's me. As soon as I painted something, I would go over and I would look and see that there was a light patchiness, especially on a lot of the women's skin tones. So I'd paint it over, dry it, I would think it's good, but as soon as you step back or in certain lighting or from certain angles, you can see the discoloration of the dried set paint and your new paint on top of it. I'm looking at one of the women's chests and shoulders right now and it's slightly upsetting. I want to believe that a sealant, and I'm thinking gloss. I think that's what I decided. I have to double check. My boyfriend's helping me decide because I don't know. But I think we're gonna go with gloss for the sealing. It's the sealant. That might cover it up. It might also enhance it. He's also the one telling me it's cool, it's your sister, this is paint, it's not meant to be perfection, it's natural, organic, whatever. I'm trying not to let my own brain be everything must be perfect, take over, because he's right, but also everything must be perfect. So we'll see. But we're getting close to the end, which is very exciting. I have been really at loss for how I want the last woman to go because I love flowers. I love to look at them. I love to read about them. I love them in their natural state. But I'm not the best at creating them, or more so not creating them to be realistic. So I think I've allowed myself to not put that pressure on to be, this is a gardenia and this is a chrysanthemum. More so, you look at this and you go, these are flowers and these are leaves. I understand what you were doing. Her hair is made out of, or her hair is covered in flowers. I think that's the mindset that I need to go with. So some of these flowers might be not realistic coloring. It might not be real shapes, might not be real anatomy of a flower, but that's not the purpose. I'm not trying to be here for a science class. So now that I've let that pressure off of myself, also saying it out loud was reaffirming. Let me show you what we've got so far. Okay, so we got Pretty Lady over here, and as you can see, right around there and right above her chest, or right on her chest, are those touch-up spots that I did, and you can see. So that means I would have to go in with an entire new coat, and I don't know if I have enough paint left to do an entire new coat. I also thought I saw my pencil markings. Yeah, I do still see my pencil markings around the earring. So I should have really erased after I had set everything before I put on the paint. I should have gone through and erased those lines, but it is what it is. So I'm sorry, you guys are really crooked. There we go. So I'm just gonna have to do another coat, maybe several more coats of this gold, which is fine because it is a little bit streaky and that's not exactly the vibe I was going for. And like I said before, from the start, I still haven't picked the lips. I want to get everything else on the canvas before I do the lips. Then up here, I don't know what happened. I think some fleck of paint must have just kind of ricocheted. And so now there's 2 spots on her hair, which is fine because this was a simple black. that's gonna be an easy fix. I got plenty of black. I got another white spot up here, but she is also done. We love her. And she is in her rough stage of doneness. All of the paint is down, but we need more coats. So it's a bit streaky here. It's definitely unfinished up here. I love this green. This needs to be cleaned up. Basically, all the lines need to have a nice coat of white going in between them, cleaning up the pencil erasing markings and where things are a little bit not quite what I want them to be, or the shapes like this is a little bit too close to each other. I need to widen the gap. So just those finite details, cleaning up around your earring, those types of things need to be done. But what I'm very proud of is the progress I've made thus far. So I'm really happy with how my green leaves are popping locking. I love this texture to make it look like it's like a floofy, puffy flower. I'm gonna go over this edge now, and so that it looks like the leaves are behind the flower. So yeah, so that is me learning to just let go and let it be. Whatever the canvas wants is what the canvas is gonna get. I'm just gonna let the paints talk to me. I'm not gonna try to overthink it, because if I do, my sister will never get this painting, ever. I've had it for a while now. But I'm finally at a state between my extracurriculars and my job where I can breathe a little bit to allow myself the energy that I need to create and paint. I don't find that for me, painting or being creative is best when I am just exhausted, because my body just needs to rest. My mind needs to rest. And while I'm creating, there is a part of me that really does just kind of shut down and let be. But there's another part of me that's constantly thinking. And that's not where I want to be. I want to be in a good state when I'm painting, because otherwise you're not going to get good work. You put out the energy that you are receiving and vice versa. So anyways, I've talked enough. Let's paint. Good morning. It's a new day, and I'm gonna do a little bit of painting before I have to go to church. So please join me. I have already sketched out some new flowers, and now we're just gonna keep creating this afro. I'm very excited. All right, let's go. Good morning, it's a new day. So I am just putting on my apron and pulling up a cup, because that is what's inspiring this mean flower at the top of my fourth woman's head. And so I am just looking at the cup, looking at the canvas, and trying to figure out where I want to begin today. did a little bit of work off camera once again. So we have more details on the flower that you all saw me making last, and I did paint and do my work on the flower next to it. That one I had to wait about 3 days to actually continue painting because I had a vision. I needed these fine, crisp lines, and unfortunately, my paint marker at home that was white was explosive. And I bought a paint marker in store, and I thought water base was going to be great. Water base is garbage. Never buy a Sharpie water based paint marker. It's absolute trash. It shows up like bad watercolor. So I guess if you're using a watercolor painting, then that might help, but it was just garbage. So I ordered these off of Amazon. I can link them below, but I'm very happy I got it. That white fine paint pen has done God's work on this painting. You'll see how I continue to use it throughout. So that's the end of part 2. Thank you so much for watching, and there are going to be officially 3 parts. So the next video will be the conclusion. We'll be able to see how I wrap up this flower child and bring the entire painting all together. So thank you again for watching. Definitely give this video a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe so that you can catch the next one. Alrighty, I will see y'all. Bye.